Hey guys, welcome to the review of the new movie trailer that was just released called The Lottery, directed by Kenro. This is a movie based on a short story made by Shirley Jackson. As a disclaimer, this video contains spoilers and should not be watched if you do not read the short story or watch the movie, which is not possible because the movie is not even released yet. So as a synopsis, the story is about a village who holds an annual lottery where people pick pieces of paper from a black box. The winner is the person who gets the paper with the black dot on it, and as a prize, he or she gets stoned and dies. In this video, we will be analyzing how the symbolism of objects in the movie tells us about the themes, characterization, and conflicts of the story. Now let's get started.
From the very beginning of the video, we see that the wooden chips are being set aside, and a stack of paper takes its place. This action was done by Mr. Summers, because the increasing population of the village made the wooden chips too large to fit in the box. The paper, which replaces the old wooden chips, is actually a really important part of the story. The paper symbolizes the changes of the traditions. It also shows the conflict between those who want to change the tradition and those who want to keep it the way it is. While Tessie is the only one in this village who grows to want to change with the tradition itself, some of the other villages have already stopped, and it shows that the lottery is already aged and it's not necessary to continue it anymore. However, the villagers shown in the story seem to be earnest with keeping the tradition, so as a result, they end up killing Tessie.
Now let's continue for a bit, and holy crap, Jesus, is that a Hugo Boss boat? These villagers must be rich.
Anyways, the next symbol is the black box. The black box basically symbolizes the entire lottery as a whole and its dark tradition. Now, by using the box, we can analyze one of the themes of the story, which is the dangers of blindly following traditions.
This is due to the fact that the villagers continue to follow the absurd tradition, even though people are killed each time.
Going back to the speech given by Old Man Warner, he explains how the people from the other villages are a pack of crazy fools, and that they'll be wanting to go back to living in caves, because they were actually smart enough to realize how stupid the tradition with the black box and the lottery was, and decided to quit.
Next thing you know, they'll be wanting to go back to living in caves.
Now this is a prime example of how dangerous it is to follow traditions blindly, because literally Mr. Warner here is killing people just because it's a tradition. Does he even know that maybe next year he might be the one getting that death slip and get stoned?
Now the black box also brings up another theme, which is a theme of ignorance leading to poor decisions. This is shown because the villagers are killing one another without knowing why they are doing it, all just for the sake of tradition represented by the black box. For instance, fast forward a little bit, you can see that they even give Davy Hutchinson pebbles. The little kid. Do the villagers not feel bad about the kid killing his own mother? Heck, look how happy the kid looks. He looks like he's receiving candy. The tradition symbolized by the black box is literally making the villagers so unaware of the circumstance they're in, causing them to kill each other without even feeling bad.
Now let's continue on with the trailer. Freeze at this frame and you'll notice that a pile of stones are being set on the table. The stones actually symbolize the brutality of the lottery because they are used to kill the winners. Later on in the trailer though, we see that the children are the ones gathering the stones. This actually adds on that the villagers in the story are ignorant due to the fact that the children know that the stones were going to be used for the stoning, but they actually don't realize the brutality of it, which is literally what it symbolizes. While yes, it is debatable whether the children know what is right or wrong yet, due to their young age, but what isn't disputable is the fact that the adults, who should clearly have decent decision-making skills by now, actually allow the act to happen as well. This means that even the adults are too ignorant to realize how brutal and cruel the stoning of their peers actually is. If the villagers weren't so ignorant, maybe at least one of the 300 villagers would have stepped up and said something against the stoning by now.
Now, in the next scene, we see that the black box, which symbolizes the tradition, actually characterizes the villagers as obedient too. You see, there actually isn't any reason as to why the lottery is going on. In fact, as mentioned before, some other villages have already stopped the tradition entirely. This means that there shouldn't be any consequence in stopping the lottery and potentially saving poor Miss Tessie Hutchison.
But the villagers still continue to go along with the tradition and the black box each year, just for the sake of obeying the rules.
However, the villagers are so determined to follow the tradition that when Mr. Summers talked about making a new box, the idea was quickly rejected.
Okay, everybody, I think we should make a new box.
No, no, keep the old one.
The box is obviously old and beat up, so there really shouldn't be any problem with replacing it with a new one. However, the villagers think that the old box is an important symbol of the lottery. So, like how they refuse to let go of the tradition and disobey the rules of it, they refuse to let go of the old black box too.
And that wraps it up, guys. How symbolism explains the theme, conflict, and characterization from the lottery. What do you guys think about the movie trailer? Leave your comments down below explaining what you think about it. And be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more content. See ya!